Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Beebee and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Beebee's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivations that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction we give is a gentle tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Beebee's going to come home with her very own training equipment. Brandy's going to teach you how to use that properly during your follow-up training session later this afternoon. Now, Beebee is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Beebee heel, and at this point, Beebee has been taught to walk right next to your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but matching pace with you. Each time that Brandy stops her feet, Beebee has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. Now, being the rescue dog that Beebee is, she's a little bit of a nervous Nelly. She sometimes overcompensates for that nervousness by doing something like that, like spinning around. We just praise her right out of it and keep going. Brandy's talking to her the whole time, telling her what a good girl she is, encouraging her. And you have to be on top of thinking faster than Beebee, because sometimes she has a little bit of a brain freeze. And you just have to be there to guide her. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit-stay when you're practicing at home can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors, and you're going to start out at 30 seconds and you're going to slowly work up to 3 minutes. That's your homework. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her, and this can be very difficult with rescue dogs too, because it's a trust issue. Dogs don't necessarily like it when you get behind them. When Brandy got back to her shoulders, she stopped. And at that point, Beebee expects to get another command, and Brandy told her to heel again. She gets a little nervous on turns, so practice turning with her and encouraging her and praising her. You see her looking up at Brandy for direction, and that's what she needs, direction. Brandy leaves her again in another sit-stay, walks out to the end of her training leash. And as you move forward and progress with her, you're going to be able to drop your leash, not in the first week. And she's going to be able to hold it for longer and longer periods. This helps to develop her self-control. This time Brandy's going to call her. This is the come on command, and she comes right in and sits facing your knees. No jumping on you. Just heel her out of it. Now, sometimes she just has brain freeze, and you just have to talk her out of it. As for she knows all of her commands. She's done a really good job. She's a smart girl. Brandy leaves her in another sit-stay. Now she's getting ready to lay down on the sit. So Brandy told her no sit. Got her right back up out of it. And she's going to call her again, demonstrate that come command. She comes right in and sits very pretty. And Brandy heels her out of that. So this demonstrates for you how to gently correct her out of some of her weird little behaviors. And when you do rescue, we applaud our rescue people. You get sometimes these little things that you don't know what the dog has been through prior to being here. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So always have her seated first. You're going to take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. And practicing these exercises along with your video a couple of times a day is going to make all the difference in the dog that you have. Your long down stay can be held for a little bit longer and is best practiced right in your living room. She should be able to hold it for upwards of 5 minutes. Brandy heals her out of that, and she'll demonstrate that exercise again for us. I don't know what's on the ground right there that she has to stop and sniff every time. And I don't know if you can hear Brandy talking to her, but she is. That's your down from a heel again. And you can mix up your exercises. You don't have to do them in the order that they're on this video. You can till you become more familiar with them. And then use them everywhere, all the time. Sit and stays at all your doors. Brandy calls her in, has her sit, praises her for a good job. Coming to you should always be a happy experience. She pops into that sit really well. Brandy makes it fun for her. And Brandy's going to leave her in this. Oh, I thought you were going to leave her.
Sorry.
That's all right. Now, the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is her down from a distance. This is a little bit harder down command because you're not right next to her. And I think she likes that feeling of having you right next to her. Brandy doesn't go the full extent of the 6-foot leash. That's also going to be homework for the down command. This is the only time you're going to use your right hand to give the command, and you're going to drop her into a down and a stay. That was perfectly done. So we've demonstrated for you all of her formal, new skills that she's learned while she's been here at school. We've enjoyed having her. I think you're going to have a lifetime of happiness with her. And we're going to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company. We will see you very soon.